Greetings, one and all, to the most cursed, most cringiest corner of the internet. A YouTube channel content creator actively alienating everyone in both the analog and digital world. Welcome and good evening, wonderful dice of all alignments. I am Lunar D8. No BS Chan seems to work just fine. K-Chan, why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. I'm on a date with K-Chan right now. Huh? What? Why is K-Chan? Even if you ask why, I'd like to know the answer myself. Mion looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise, but that was the same with me. If she was there, then who was next to me? I said it right at the beginning. I'm Shion Sonozaki. My sister's younger twin. K-Chan, you even called me Shion, didn't you? Shion, saying that, pouted cutely. Oh, what is going on? Tell me, Shion. Not much. I was wondering what kind of person this K-Chan you were so infatuated with was. So I happened to give him a ticket to the dessert festa. There, when I was being bothered by all sorts of troublesome customers, K-Chan gallantly appeared and saved me by kicking them all to the curb, or something like that. What? Both Mia and I raised our voices pathetically, expressing our confusion to the utmost. Mion, you phoned me yesterday, right? I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I delivered that bento for you, didn't I, K-Chan? That was me, right? Or was it my sister? The person known as Mion Sonozaki put together a bento and bravely went to a boy's home to deliver it, maybe? Only, you're a lot bolder than you look, sis. With a loud pop, a trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head. No, I don't know. I don't know. See, K-Chan? My sister says she doesn't know. So everything up until yesterday was me, Shion Sonozaki. You might have thought it was my sister pretending to be me, but with this, there's no doubt, right? I couldn't tell up from down at that moment. If there was a mirror around, I could have seen my eyes go wide from shock. Now, little Miss Shopkeeper, could you wrap up that doll in the window? It's the first present from the person I've come to love, so make sure you tie it up nicely with a ribbon. Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. My brain had stopped working. Wait, what? Huh? K-Chan? What is going on? Well, let's go, K-Chan. It's already dark out, so I'll see you home. Sis, sorry, but could you phone the house in Okonomiya and have them send out a car? Maybe a van that we can fit a bike into, please. In contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face, Mion was an empty shell and looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. K-Chan? After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. It hasn't been a while. Not easy being green. Stop saying it's been a while. We've seen each other every other day up until yesterday, haven't we? Whatever. If you say so, we'll go with that. Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I had initially refused, but Shion insisted, and so both my bicycle and I ended up stuffed in the car. Said car was currently driving across a single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. For goodness sake, Shion was at Mion's level at least, or maybe even better actor. Either way, no matter what questions I pressed her with, she slipped out of them like an eel. Still, you two look so alike. If you tied your hair back like Mion does, would you look exactly like her? Who knows? That's probably what would happen. We're identical twins through and through. In the past, we could just change our clothes and no one would be the wiser. I remember we'd swap places at every opportunity and fooled a whole lot of people. The middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh. He were their butler, like he were a butler. What's wrong, Kasai? That was a pretty deep sigh. Excuse me, I was just thinking that you haven't changed. You could see many years of hardship on the man's face through the rearview mirror. Anyway, Keichan, your house was around here, right? Keisai doesn't know much about Hinamizawa aside from the road that goes to Sonozaki main house. If you leave it to him, he'll take you all the way Yagoichi. I don't want that. Excuse me, could you stop at the narrow road at the next right? I'll walk from there. He stopped the car at the desired place. The driver, Kaisai-san, got my bike out of the trunk. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for showing me home today. Was it Kai-san? Your name, that is? Yes. You must be having various difficulties. But I believe that she will grow tired soon, so please endure things until then. He gave me a deep, deep look of sympathy. This guy has definitely been dealing with the Sonozaki sisters ever since they were little kids. However, like Mion-san, she's a kind person at heart. So that means she'll be as much of a bother as Mion, right? The man's face froze in smile, his reply lost. Hey, back me up here. Bye, Kei-chan. We'll see each other again soon. Say hi to my sister for me, too. Maybe I'll start going to Hinamizawa tomorrow. Don't you dare. If you transferred in, I'll transfer out to a school in Okonomiya. Wow, that's really mean, Kei-chan. A short beep of the horn. The man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Then the car withdrew into the dark night road, leaving dust in its wake. Man, this entire day made no sense. I ran into Mion while I was with Shion, and the former's expression, like a pigeon shot of a pellet gun, had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. The next day, it was a strange day where Mion was desperate to regain her composure. Every time our eyes met, she would say that she has something to do, or that she had to use the washroom and run off. Unable to just watch, Rena was taking care of her the entire time. Mion-san, she's acting totally strange today. I know the whole story, but it's hard to explain. There are times when girls are emotionally unstable. It's best to just leave her alone. Turning around, I saw Rena calling me from the hallway. I wondered what it was. Keiichi-kun? Over here, over here. What is it, calling me over here like this? Is it a secret? That is... It looks like it was a disaster. Yeah. Mi-chan seemed pretty broken, but I somehow got her working again. I'm surprised you managed it. How did you exactly... Same way I do with television. Just come at it from a 45-degree angle and hiya! Saying that, she made a chopping motion. You know, I can't tell if you're joking or not, right? She'll be fine by tomorrow. Also, there's something I want you to do, Keiichi-kun. I didn't mean to do anything wrong, but I still feel guilty. I'm listening. Thanks. You see, Mi-chan is just going to pretend the last few days never happened. Never happened, huh? I see. Well, that's one way to run from it. So you see, Kage-kun, could you pretend too? Then Mi-chan can go back to normal. Just doing something as simple as that. Is it really going to be okay? Please, until Mi-chan gets her feelings in order, just go with it. Okay, I got it. Even though I shouldn't have been at fault, for some reason I felt guilty. The one at fault here was the one who knew about the entire situation and pretended to be Mion for an entire day. Shion. But she never once said that she was Mion. What am I supposed to be angry at? Seeing me stomping on the ground patiently, Rena giggled. But Kage-kun, you knew as well that Mi-chan has some cute things about her. Rena talked in a calm voice and her hair rustled in the wind. Yeah, I know that she'll never let it be boring. Good. Following this curt reply, Rena looked up at the sky and stretched. As long as you realize that, Kage-kun, these past few days will be nothing more than a story to laugh about. Copying Rena, I also began to stretch as I looked at the sky. The clear sky towered into the distance. There's no club activities or anything today. I'm sorry, Kage-kun, but just for today, can you go home by yourself? It'll all be back to normal by tomorrow, so just for today, okay? If all it took for everything to go back to normal was to leave me on alone for today, then it was an easy decision to make. Got it. I can't say it directly to Mion, so I'll say it to you. I still feel kind of guilty about it, so I want to apologize. No. The root of the problem was Kage-kun saying something insensitive, right? So if you learned anything from this, you need to look a bit into gaining a sense of delicacy. Right. I'll try. That day was the shortest day of my life. Ryan was talking to Mion while accompanying her around the entire time. It looked like a really fun conversation. I reflexively thought about joining in, but I had made a promise not to. It seemed that Mion was also trying her best to ignore me, so likewise I did my best to ignore her. For the first time in a while, I ate lunch alone. Mion and Ren ate theirs by themselves. As I was in the ashy mood, Rika-chan came over and patted me on the head. Both Keiichi and me learned a whole lot. I'd never say it like that. It made it sound like we were having romantic problems. I didn't like that one bit. Hopefully the teacher wouldn't notice and call us the staff room after school or something. I'm sure that Keiichi will grow up to be a wonderful adult. Pat. Rika-chan is the most studious type. So maybe you'll grow up to be an amazingly wonderful adult? Of course. When I grow up, I'll be super amazing. Me, when I grow up, I'll be an amazing lady, you know? No matter how old you get, you'll still be a brat. You can put money on it. What? What did you go say? Satoko snapped her fingers, and a wash bin fell from above, hitting me squarely in the head. Ow! What do you think you're doing, Satoko? Satoko! Satok! Bang, smash, pinch, squeeze. Was it a day I could thoroughly appreciate the value of having friends. Today was Saturday, so school ended in a blink of an eye. It really felt good to go home with the sun so high in the sky. On any other day, our club would have been up to mischief during our ample after-school time, but today Rika-chan had a rehearsal for tomorrow's Watanagashi to go to. How is that going, Rika-chan? Do you have it down in practice? I'll try harder than last year. You were so exhausted and sweaty after last year's ceremony. She'll look far more fit for the role this year. Please look forward to the fruits of her training. The Watanagashi festival everyone had been talking about was tomorrow, wasn't it? The festival being in June felt like a little early to me, but the onset of summer came quickly this year, so it fit the image of a summer festival pretty well. Okay, we'll be off then. Look forward to tomorrow. Good day to you all. Satoko and Rika-chan waved to us energetically, then left. You know, I never asked, where is the festival happening anyway? I don't remember there being anywhere around here that seems suited for hosting one. They do it at the Furude Shrine. We went there for a walk one day, remember? It was that place with a really good view. Oh, right, I remember. There was a shrine all the way up the top of the hill, wasn't there? It seemed far too grand for Hinamizawa. There's a great meeting hall in this shrine, too. The older people get together and sing karaoke or practice calligraphy from time to time. It's more like a recreational facility than a simple shrine. I see. I guess it makes sense that it looks so grand then. Mi-chan, is your family going to help set up today? Yep, we have the male hands for that. Most relatives come from town to help. Male hands, huh? Well, I mean, I have nothing to do at home, so would it be a problem if I square my way there to help that too? Huh? You want to help us, Kei-chan? Not if it'll bother you all. I was just kind of interested. We had bond dances and other festivals in the town I used to live in, but I didn't even know where they took place, much less wanted to help. You could say that I had absolutely no connection to the region. Having come to Hinamizawa, though, it really made me feel like this place was a home that I had returned to. Before I knew it, I harbored a little interest in the small community activity of preparing for a festival the day before. I think Keiichi originally is from Hinamizawa. It's just, I think his family moved out of here when he was a baby. But then they came back. But he doesn't know this. I wonder if you'll be able to, Keiichi-kun. There's a lot of building tents and setting up chairs. Here it's pretty hard physical labor. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it alone, right? The more hands we have, the faster it'll go. Mion looked happy to hear that, but at the same time her expression was complex, tinged with hesitation. Renner gave her the last push for me. It's decided then. You should go for it, Keiichi-kun. He's all yours, Mi-chan. Put him through the ringer. Well, I can't argue a recommendation from Renna. Okay, then go home first, put on some work clothes, and come to the shrine. Oh, and you might want to bring a towel to wipe your sweat, too. Got it. I may look scrawny, but I actually quite like breaking a sweat under the hot sun. Carefully don't hurt your back, okay? Right? Enough of the old man spiel. I'll go to the shrine, too, as soon as I've changed. Mi-chan, do your best, too. Bye-bye. Mion waved vigorously to us and left. As far as I could tell from her gallant, retreating figure, she seemed to have recovered from the weak state she had yesterday. I still want to brave Fence Musashi 3 and a Mega Man Legends 3. Girls are quick to get over things. Mi-chan is already fine, right? Her switching back to normal so cleanly really makes it easy when you talk to her. It was kind of funny though, wasn't it? Kind of like Cinderella. Like you can't meet her anymore once the magic wears off. Renna began to giggle a fair bit in amusement. Did she like this sort of thing? Incidentally, me going along with it gave a weird, hard-to-describe feeling. Did I turn myself into a plaything, or did they do it for me? If you think it's so funny, then you should try pretending to be a different Renna, too. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Keiichi-kun, what kind of Renna would you want to meet? One with a bust size of at least 90. Huge knockers that you're okay with me touching. I can't do that. She'd be great at cooking and make me lunch and come to see me in the mornings. I do that already. I pull Renna's head into a tight grip and then start to pet it. You're Renna Ryuga, right? Renna, not Rhina. So you just stay as Renna forever, right? Got it? Thanks. Have fun helping set up the festival. You got it. Let's meet up tomorrow. I got changed right away, and slinging a towel around my neck, like Mion suggested, I set off for the shrine. At the shrine, there were more people than you'd imagine even live in Hinamizawa there. All... I think it's gardening. off areas, and setting up tent frameworks, chatting amongst themselves as they did so. Alright, where is Mion? The liveliness of the throng didn't make it easy to look for her. I searched around as if I already worked there, and suddenly the principal called out to me. If it isn't Maburo-kun, interesting. Have you come to help with the Watanagashi setup? Hello? Yes, I was just wondering if there was anything I could help with. How commendable your attitude is. Feel free to sweat to your heart's content. Gah ha 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 ha. Spurred on by the principal, I came upon a group of people setting up tents. Oh, what's this? It's Maburo-chan. Did you come all this way to help us? I hadn't found Mion yet, but I supposed I'd just get in her way if I ran into her. Yeah, I'm here to help. Just tell me where you need me. The young ones have all the vitality. Here, grab some work gloves. Ever built a tent before? No, never. Delighting in teaching a new skill to someone younger, plenty of people happily taught me all sorts of things. Okay, kid, go inside the tent and tie up just the cords for the top. After that, we'll stand it up and tie the rest of them. Butterfly knots are okay, right? There and there. All done? We're standing it up. 1, 2, 3. What was once nothing more than a collapsed tent was raised on all 4 splendid legs before my eyes in mere moments. As Lunar is like falling asleep. Not because it's a boring game, it's actually very interesting. I'm very interested in the story. I'm just really, really tired. I work hard at work. I'm also really sore. But yeah, I'm just like really exhausted. But at least I'm not as exhausted as I was in the previous job I had. But like I said, this job I work is at least better than that, but it's still... my body is definitely wanting to go to sleep. But that's not bad. I mean, it's eventually going to be bedtime, so... Come on, no time to stare and wonder. We've got a lot more to do. We packed the tents into the trucks, so go get them from there. They're heavy, so take someone with you. No, I'm good. I may look scrawny, but I'm actually pretty strong. Well, they look light enough. So I thought they were, but they're heavy. That's why I told you to have someone help. Come on, said the man, lifting up with a grunt and taking it away under his arms. Either I'm weak or these old guys have superhuman strength. Let's go. You're the youngest one here, so we're going to make you sweat for it. Do your best. Beer after work is the best. Minor. It's Japan. Doesn't matter. Sweat dripped from my body. I had been fully and completely absorbed in helping them. I would never have thought that the cold barley tea from the Women's Society could taste this delicious. You are so young. Make sure to drink a lot. That way you stay hydrated and don't get like heat stroke or some shit. Thank you. It was then I realized a crowd had formed near the shrine a ways off. When I took a closer look, I saw a girl dressed in shrine maiden garb, and a handful of men looking like they were preparing for the ceremony together. Is that Rika-chan? Hey, Rika-chan! Do your best! I shouted, and it seemed like she heard me. Rika-chan, positively exploding with vitality, answered with a smile. The older guys with me watched Rika-chan as well, with distant gazes. Rika-chama is doing a great job. She seems far more used to this than she did last year. The old lady who gave me the tea clasped what looked like prayer beads in her hands and said, Rika-sama, we thank you. We thank you. And just like that, began to respectfully pray to her. Huh? I just remember they called it the Furude Shrine. Wasn't Rika-chan's full name Rika Furude? The man standing next to me answered my question. That's right. Rika-chama's Furude clan is ancient and honorable, and has worshipped Oyashiro-sama for generations, huh? I'd always gotten the feeling she was quite your average person, but it turned out she was from an esteemed family. After her father, who was the shrine priest, died the year before, she really been doing her best to learn the rituals. I wish the priest could have been here to see how wonderfully she's grown up. What? Rika-chan's father passed away. Okay, break time is over. Let's get the chairs we're not using back to the gym at Okonomiya. Maki-san, pull the truck around here and take a few people with you. Everyone's like, you sound so tired, Lunar. You probably should be drinking a Red Bull instead of a 7-Up. Alright, Mama-kun, let's get to work on one last job. Yeah, you're gonna make me do more work. Can't tell if they know if I'm mine or not, but the older men cheer me on, encouraging me to do my best. And the beer will be great. We're by like a shrine. So I really have no idea. So I guess the main thing I'm trying to say is, since we're by a shrine, anyone out there who is familiar with shrines in Japan, what is the... What is it you go there to... I mean, aside from, like... Like, what would you describe as the most... I don't know, thing that you would, as an individual who goes to shrines, what is it that you would be most proud of? I don't know how else to ask that question. Kei-chan, working hard, I see. I passed by Mion. She was carrying a big cardboard box. It looked like she was right in the middle of working as well. Judging my sweat seeping into her shirt, it seemed I wasn't the only one with my hands full. Yeah, I'm working my ass off. You work hard too. The beer is going to be great. We worked to the bone until the sun began to set, and I started cooling off. It was soon full-fledged night, and the clear sound of the higurashi eased the moderate pain I felt. The older guys began their night before drinking. Party in a tent a far bit off, causing quite a... What's really crazy is this. Could you imagine, like, before this anime came out, telling people that, hey, like, one of the most awesome and famous shows is called Cicadas? Cicadas when they cry. Though I do like the sound of the word higurashi a lot better. I wonder what the other words for cicadas are in other languages. But everyone's like, stay focused. I'm like, no. No, I'm not staying focused. We're gonna push the Windows button and I'm gonna go. Okay, translate. Okay, I pulled up Google Translate, and I have it set up as translate Japanese to English. I typed in higurashi, and it just the English word you give me is higurashi. Okay, let's try this the other way. Let's type in the word cicadas. Which, one, apparently there was a note saying the baby was like, semi? What if I just type in locust? Inago? Huh. There's also grasshopper. I could just... Okay. Bata?
Bata. Grasshopper.
Yes, I clicked the English one.
Bata. Gurasho. Higurashi. Higurashi.
Okay, what if I translate from Japanese to German?
Higurashi.
Okay, go back to English. Go here.
Shika. Cicadas. Semi. Zikaden.
What about French?
Cigale.
What about Hebrew? There is no button for pronouncing it. Tzikatdot. I have no idea. If I type in locust, it's Arby's. Grasshopper. Dasio Hagav. Okay, bored. Going back to the game. The shrine grounds, on the other hand, had turned into a lonely road, tickled by the cool evening breeze, despite being so festive just a little while ago. The wind felt good. I leaned on one of the stone guardian dogs at the front of the shrine. I gave my legs a good stretch as I let my mind wander, and suddenly a paper cup filled with barley tea was thrust before me. K-chan, great work. Here's some tea for you. You're so considerate. Thanks, me. Her voice sounded exactly the same, but it felt somehow different. Wait, you're... Hiya! Hey, it's Shion. Don't go giving me on all the credit. She isn't considered all. Don't get us confused, okay? Shion, you little... Now that I've caught you, you're not getting away. It was your mistake, K-chan. I've never said it was anyone other... I was anyone other than Shion. I guess I can't argue with that. Hee. That's right, you're no match for my older sister, so I can't let you be a match for me either. Anyway, your tea. It's going to get warm. Come on, please cheer up. I'm trying to make it up to you with this tea. Well, she did come all the way here to give it to me. I guess I'll accept it. I took the cup and downed at one gulp, and then suddenly, heard a loud shout, and it got stuck in my throat. Cough, 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 hack. Which one? is it this time? Is it the real Mion? Shion, why are you hanging out with K-chan again? Because unlike you, I'm very considerate. K-chan was so sweaty I couldn't leave him alone, so I brought him some tea. By the way, why are you holding 2 cups of tea? Where? I will drink both cups of tea. Mion's face went bright red and she tried to hide the paper cups behind her back. I am a very thirsty boy. I can have 2 cups. Oh, well, this is... There's no way such a rough, timid, good sister of mine would ever briskly bring a male classmate tea, is there? So what are they? Are those 2 cups of tea? These are, well... like I said, I will drink your cup as well. I am a very thirsty boy. I will have 2 cups of the exact same barley tea. Right? I was just so thirsty. I figured I'd drink too. That's so like you. Come on, chug, chug. As Shion cheered at her, Mion downed both cups of tea one after the other. Cough, cough. What a fabulous drink that was, and I expected nothing less from you. K-chan, you gave her a hand too. Wait, suddenly this situation has gotten unbelievable. Mion doesn't usually get manipulated so easily like that. I've known for a while now, but Shion is terrifying. Mion, you can't hold your own against Shion? I hate her, and lately I hate her even more. Just then I heard the snap of camera shutter. Good evening! This is the first time I've seen you since you've been murdered. At least the first time. The festival is coming up tomorrow. Thanks for all your hard work setting it up. Good evening. Oh, Shion-chan. It's quite unusual for you to come here. Oh hey, it's Tomotaki and Takano-san. Good evening. It's been a while, hasn't it? So you're that transfer student I've been hearing about, Kaiichi Maburo-kun, right? You really did a bang-up job today. I'm impressed. I feel like I've seen this photographer guy before. Have we met before? I'm glad you remembered. We've passed many times on the road, Keiichi-kun. I'm Tomotaki, and I'm a freelancing photographer from Tokyo. Then do you recognize me? I'm sorry, but I don't. She's Mio Takano-san. Do you remember when you were at the doctor's office when you still had a cold, Kei-chan? Mio-san is one of the nurses who works there. Call me Takano. I'm pleased to meet you. I wonder if she squeezed over them like the shrine storeroom. That's very thoughtful of you. Tomotaki-san seemed to be quite entertained at the Sonozaki twins being in the same place, and he took a picture after picture. I've heard about them, but this is the first time I've actually seen a pair of identical twins. Really do look exactly alike. We're not just alike on the outside. See our underwear matches too. Yeah, you idiot, what the heck are you doing? Things have never been as lively as when the two of them are together. I thought we'd exactly say it first, but I started to get a handle on which one's which. Miyano's Miyano and she, and well, she seems a far better actor than Mion was. In the first place, somebody that could spurn Mion so easily wouldn't have shown such weakness to those lard buckets at Angel Mort. If that was the case, then that cowardly behavior from that day was all a complete act. They were even more alike when they were little. I hear even their parents had a hard time telling which was which. That's really easy to manage. I totally understand. They must have gone through. Takano gave me a kind of odd look. But explaining would have been a pain, so I didn't bother. Tomotaki-san, are you going straight back to Tokyo after you get your pictures from the festival? Yep, though I would rather just stay here forever. Silly adult things, that's all. I hope your photos will win a fabulous prize soon. I've been praying for it. Thanks! Am I the only one imagining a hug right now where I'm in between? Next time I come, I'll bring the pictures I took of you today. Mabra, you did a lot of hard work today. You must be tired from all the physical labor you're not used to. Well, I'm tired, but it was still pretty fun. Ah, youth, I'm so jealous. Takada-san smiled with an adult elegance that no one in my circle of friends possessed. The wind caught her hair. She gives off vibes of intelligent beauty. Oh, why hello everyone. It seemed like our merry crowd was standing out this time. An overweight older man addressed us. And again it was someone I thought I knew. If I recall correctly, he's a policeman, isn't he? Oh, Ishii-san. Good evening. Doing a preliminary security inspection tomorrow. Nah. Something like that. Oh, if it isn't Tomotaki-san, it's certainly been a while. I'm honored you remembered my name. You really do love Hinamizawa, don't you? The apartments around here are far cheaper than the ones in Tokyo. You should just move here and get it over with. I know a realtor I can introduce you to. I appreciate the thought. I know there's versions of the story later on where like each of these guys individually go out of their fucking mind and start killing people. Like there's a point where like he just shows up to the festival with a gun and just starts fucking shooting people. You know. I think he has a crowbar at some point. I don't know. Then again, saying that person goes crazy and starts killing people, that like literally involves every single character in this game. Alright everyone, have a good year. And Happy New Year to the Sonozaki twins too. Happy New Year, Detective Oshii. We appreciate your work. We'd like to end this year's festival with the least amount of inconvenience possible. Why did I feel like I wanted to read that with, we'd like to end this year's festival with the least amount of bloodshed possible? That's pretty strict on me. Detective Oshii's let a low laugh and headed off to talk to some police officers standing a ways away. I gave Mion a glance and saw her making an annoyed face as if she were glaring bullets at someone she hated. Yeah, it'd be nice if the police didn't have anything to do to Tanagashi this year. You like this place too, don't you? Oh, you mean to say you disliked Jiro-chan? I quite enjoy such fantastic stories, you know, especially the times being so dry and uninteresting. The curse of Oyashiro-sama, you mean? Curse, Tomotaki-san used. A troubling word. Then suddenly someone tugged on my arm. Kei-chan? I'm pretty hungry. Want to go to the tent with the drinks? And have some candy and sweets? I'm up for that. I've gotten a little hungry as well. Okay, let's go. My old letter Shion said something to Kano Tomika that stung my ears and gave me a start. I wonder who will die and who will disappear this year. I pulled back from Mion's grip and stopped abruptly. Shion? What did she just say? It felt like the air around us all dried out all of a sudden. Let's go, Kei-chan. They're talking about something silly, anyway. You still haven't told Kei-chan, have you? I make it a point not to spread stories like that. Shion's cold and quiet tone and Mion's harsh voice were quite the contrast. Hey, wait, hold on. What are you talking about? If you know something, then tell me. It doesn't feel right being the only one left out, you know. I don't understand this. Someone explain it to me. However, Mia didn't seem to be at all willing to grant my request. She squeezed my hand in hers, but when she realized I would hold my ground on the topic, she let go. I'm going to go to the drinking tent first, then. If you don't come back soon, Kei-chan, there won't be any left for you. I get it already. I'll be there soon. Mian left, trotting towards a particularly noisy tent on the other side of the shrine grounds. Before she got there, she stopped and turned back around. I showed no signs of going after her, though, so she ran off. I could tell you if you haven't heard, I suppose, but it might be smarter not to ask. And go with her to eat the dessert. Hey now, you've already gotten my full attention. Here, I'm not going to leave without asking at some point. I think Kei-chan has the right to hear this too. My sister was just stealing that from you. Shion's voice was bristling with thorns, as if somehow blaming Mion. What on earth are you talking about? I don't really like people acting so self-important. Takano-san, realizing how prepared I was, looked across the group. After confirming that there was no objections, she opened her mouth. Do you believe in curses, Maburo-kun? Curses? I think they're interesting, but I don't really. I felt their cynical stares and winced. It was like they were telling me it was stranger not to believe in curses. You're not wrong, Kei-chan. Curses are just superstition. It's only natural that you wouldn't believe in them. Besides, you can take all the time you need to decide whether to believe in curses after you heard us through, said Takano-san, giving a little smile. They're trying to scare me. At least that's what it feels like. Alright, I'll start. Keiichi-kun, do you know about the Hinamizawa Dam project? Oh yeah, the other day, an ancient ward, Shion, or rather Mion, told me all about it. You mean the plan for the giant dam that would flood all of Hinamizawa, right? That's right. Residents of the town banded together to fight it, and a fierce battle with the government unfolded. I've heard that too. The entire village united, using all the power at their disposal, mass media, political influence. The way Mion described it made it sound like a boast. Oh, you know quite a bit about it. Yes, you're right. It's practically an epic tale, just how 1,000 or so villagers banded together and rejected the government's plan. Did you hear this from my sister? She likes those kinds of epics, you know. Yeah? She told me. There was, however, an office for the Hinamizawa residents' opposition faction. It was this shrine. You know that assembly hall? That's where it used to be. Now the whole thing is over, the senior citizens used for group activities at the time, though it was their last bastion. Takano-san explained this, pointing a finger towards the assembly hall I had been carrying things in and out of all day. I mean, I would understand if they put an office like that in the mayor's house or something. Do we even have a mayor? But having an office on shrine grounds made it kind of like a base camp for the Sengoku period warriors. That was basically the mindset, though. Placing the main forest in the shrine dedicated to Oyashiro-sama, Hinamizawa's garden deity, was like a prayer for victory. Oyashiro-sama, that was definitely it. They mentioned Oyashiro-sama's curse before. Is it the same as Oyashiro-sama? Do you know about Oyashiro-sama, Keiichi-kun? It's the name of the god worshipped at this shrine. It's said that he protects all of Hinamizawa. Well, I don't really know much about him. I see, I think Takano knows more about the rest. Tag, you're it. Well, this is generally the whole story. Oyashiro-sama is the ancient god, passed down in Hinamizawa, and the villagers say he has been protecting the sanctuary from the poisons of the outside world. So essentially, he's a basic standard guardian deity. I guess you can find that sort of god anywhere you go. There's research into whether worshipping Oyashiro-sama is a manifestation of a kind of elitism too. What I mean is that the worshippers might think of themselves as chosen people. Believing yourself chosen, a nationalistic belief that you are part of a superior race or that you are a special clan chosen by the gods. They believe that they are superior clans, so they believe strongly in cooperating with others, but they also end up being exclusionary towards other clans. I won't go into too much detail, but it's the sort of national and religious ideas that lead to war. Of course, that goes for Japan, too. A long time ago, the people in Himizawa strongly believed themselves different from humans. They were above them. They believed that interaction with the lower world would sully their souls. So everyone believed that if one from the lower world would come to the village, they'd be sullied and suffer the wrath of Shirasama. Apparently, they kept everyone away. Villages that hate outsiders come up all the time in Kindaichi novels. This was once a run-of-the-mill village of xenophobes. Well, they deny it to preserve their pride. It was all a long time ago, after all. Things are different. Now, Shion followed quickly, having sensed the thorns in Tomotaki-san's words. Tomotaki-san, embarrassed at what he had said, scratched at his head. So this shrine worships Orishima-san, thinks Himizawa's holy ground, and symbol of their traditional hatred toward the outside world. I get it. So that's why they choose the Shrine of Himizawa Guardian Spirit of Space Operations, to resist the Sully Dam construction project that came from the outside. Correct. Smile, Takano-san, please. She must dislike stupid people. Superstition, every last bit of it, the villagers gave everything desperate to oppose the dam construction. And right in the midst of it, the incident drove home the finishing blow. Oyashiro-sama's curse. The person managing the construction site of the Himizawa Dam was murdered. 4 years ago, I believe. It took the newspapers by storm. Do you remember it? No, not really. He had a fight with a subordinate and was beaten to death with a pickaxe. His limbs and head were torn off, and the remains were disposed. I thought a mob fucking stormed, and we're different timeline this time. One of those dismemberment homicides. They were all the rage at one point. What do you mean they were all the rage? Like, it's just, it's Tuesday again. It's like, is it Taco Tuesday? Nope, it's Dismemberment Tuesday. Such a gruesome incident. But it was just an incident. A person caused the incident, after all. Should they really put it down to a curse? Then the following year, the man who had organized Himizawa group of dam proponents, he fell from a cliff while vacationing and died. Apparently it was an accident. Wasn't that like Satoko's dad or something? Of course, most Himizawa was hostile towards him. The police were all over the case if it were a homicide, but in the end it was just judged to be an accident. Now it's an accident. Now it's the most curse-like one. But it's still far-fetched. And then on the next year, this time the priest of the shrine contracted an unknown illness and suddenly died. Rika's dad. This may sound a little rude, but that old priest was kind of a wait-and-see type. The whole village was in uproar about the dam, but he just kind of didn't want to bother. Seemed to want to bother. The shrine was a symbol of the opposition involvement, and its priest, well, his attitude worked against him. The villagers at the same time hoped for a leader, but their hopes were betrayed. Some people were apparently pretty angry too. So at the time, all the older people were like, "This is Oyashiro-sama's curse." That's what they said. It did seem like, this seemed like every year, dam-related people in the village had resentment towards were dying. It was pretty creepy. Oh, and also, it's interesting, all of these incidents always happen on the night of Watanagashi Festival. What? See? Starting to sound like a curse now, isn't it? And also, you didn't mention the Demon Way people either. Then the year after that, in other words, the last year, sister-in-law of the man who was the leader of the dam, the one who accidentally died, was discovered dead, having been beaten to death. Of course, they caught that criminal. See? Really seems like a curse, huh? 4 years in a row. Each one of the incidents and accidents were relatively commonplace, but every single one of them happening on the night of the festival worship of Orishiro-sama, that's not normal. The old folks have been blindly accepting Orishiro-sama's curse because of the incidents these past few years. Even younger people, too. At first they thought it was stupid, but now nobody makes fun of it. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. Even me, even if I didn't think there was a curse at all, Thinking about all the incidents like this makes me feel like maybe it's real. For example, just look at the preparations for the festival you were doing today. Everything might have gone crazy during the battle against the dam, but just a few years ago, the Otanagashi festival was never this well attended. Well, I guess you're right. If we didn't have the Oshiro-sama to talk about, we wouldn't all be coming to the festival like this, huh? There's a lot of people who say the infidels might be punished, so they really need to go to Oshiro-sama's festival. Shion nodded as if she were mocking herself. So how about now? Keiichi-kun, you're starting to get the feeling that maybe, just maybe the curse is real, aren't you? I mean, you can't just laugh off people related to the dam construction project all dying like that. If even I feel like this now, then the more superstitious members of the village must feel stronger than that. Well, I mean, I still don't think there's a curse. I can understand those that believe there is, though. Wow, Kei-chan, you can really keep a cool head about this. Shion grinned, realizing I'd rejected the curse. If it's neither... It's neither a curse nor a coincidence, then what should we make of these incidents? Takano said something plain as if posing a riddle. Neither a curse nor a coincidence, but every year someone dies. What should we make of that, then? Tomodatake-san, catching on to the fact that I had no idea what to make of it, opened his mouth and came to my aid. Takano-san is suggesting that it might be the work of real people. Simple process elimination would have gotten me there. I was a little taken aback by when I realized that answer immediately. Well, think about it. If it's neither a curse nor a coincidence, then people must be willingly carrying it out. It's the only explanation, right? Pressed on with Takano, I smiled bitterly in spite of myself. Here I was just a few minutes ago, thinking the very concept of curse was absolutely absurd. When she suggested it was somebody's doing, I ended up thinking there wasn't any way it could be a person. But Takasano was either had a curse or a person's doing. If unrealistic things like curses didn't exist, then the obvious next step would be to start thinking it was people behind it. But if that was the case, I glanced at Shion. If the culprit is a person, then they'd have to be someone from Hinamizawa. That's what the police officer Oshio-san thinks right now. Hey, wait. That can't be. I thought I now knew the reason Mion didn't want to talk about this. If Oshio-sama's curse really existed, that's fine. It would be divine judgment for the damn project business. However, Oshio-sama's curse didn't exist, which obviously didn't, then the culprit would be most likely someone from Hinamizawa, and the villagers had worked desperately to oppose the damn construction project. I knew they had used all sorts of methods to fight against it, and if one of those methods was, maybe, people whisper that Oshio-sama's curse could be the doing of a secret group in the damn resistance movement. Shion dryly put words to my exact thoughts. Of course I didn't expect it. She was from Hinamizawa, so I didn't think she'd come out and say it herself. If you calm down and think about it, anyone would come to the same conclusion. There wouldn't be a motive for anyone but people for benefit in opposing the damn project, right? I guess that's also true. Admitting the existence of a darker side of the damn conflict would be rude to Mion, who spoke so highly. So I couldn't just accept Shion's seemingly logical viewpoint. Lunar is unable to stay awake any longer. It's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. I'm very, 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 very interested. But I'm also about to pass out. So, until next time, guys. Thanks for hanging out with this tsundere otaku, and I hope everyone has all the hugs and head pats you could ever have, and I guess stay hydrated, and I hope you guys sleep well, and I hope your body pillows are of some really cute anime character. And good night and bye.